All right, we've got our top three finishers for today's Steel Commander Superbike race here at Barber Motorsports Park. Our winner, Cameron Beaubier. Second place, Sean Dillon Kelly. And third place, Cam Peterson. We'll get started with Cam. You won yesterday, third today. What was the big difference?
I don't want to sound like that guy making excuses because I know we were all struggling with some rear grip towards the end there, but yeah, we made a few changes from the bike yesterday, and yeah, I was really struggling with the rear of the bike. Yesterday I didn't really have any issues with the rear coming around going into the corners, and today, for whatever reason, I was just struggling. But 3 podiums in a row, I can't complain. Like you said, I've had way worse weekends than this. So yeah, just happy to be on the box again, and congrats to these two guys next to me. Congrats to STK on his first Superbike podium. I remember what that feeling's like. And yeah, just I think we know what we need to work on for race 3 today, and we'll go give it our best shot.
You held second for, well, almost all of the race. Were you expecting something to happen where it did, or do you think you were okay by that point?
No, I had a feeling, and that's kind of the only reason why I'm a little bit bummed with myself is I left the door wide open for SDK, and yeah, Sean took advantage, and is what it is. But I saw him come up my inside a few times going into the museum corner, so had to kind of change up my line going in there and try and make him go around the outside. But yeah, a hell of a ride from Sean. I'm stoked for him, and looking forward to battling with these boys in race 3.
All right, good job.
Thank you.
Second place today, Sean Dillon Kelly. It's his first Superbike podium of the season, the first Superbike podium of his career, and it's just his rookie season. You had a couple of tough years, like you mentioned, on the podium at Moto2. Cameron, Moto2 as well, so maybe Moto2 is a good training ground for AMA or MotoAmerica Superbike. So you've already had a really, really good season. So it's no surprise really that you're up here already, but does it surprise you?
I wouldn't even start by talking about being surprised or not. I just want to talk about how stoked I am to be up here right now. It's definitely been it's been an amazing start to my Superbike career. We've been putting in a lot of work since lap 1, and I've just felt pretty at home with this thing, and the team's done an amazing job to help me learn and just make moves forward. I think I obviously still have a lot to learn and adapt to, but I got pretty emotional after passing that checkered flag, and it's just last year was tough, not only for where we were and what everything the last couple of years, but last year with the injury and everything, it was I went through some pretty crappy times and some crappy weeks and months. So to just look back at that was only a handful of months ago and see where we're at right now, it feels so good, and I'm just super grateful for everyone that believed in me in the worst of times and just got me to this point. I know it's not a win just yet, but we got to celebrate this first podium, and thank you to Cam there's 2 Cams, it's confusing, but thanks to Peterson for the nice words, and obviously it's pretty badass for me to be sharing the podium right now with Beaubier, considering that we were teammates couple years ago, and I honestly look up to these guys a lot. So to be here right now is absolutely badass.
You followed him almost the entire race. What were you thinking about that spot?
Yes. So what's funny is today I followed Cam with the Yamaha a lot. Yesterday I followed both Ducatis a lot, and they both do things obviously different, completely different bikes, and they're different riders. They do things better and worse in certain areas. So to be able to learn and just try and understand some certain points was really important for me. And to be honest, I didn't have much more than what I was showing. Like even just staying behind Cam, like you could see a couple spots I was losing and I would catch, and I would lose and I would catch. So I was obviously trying to plan a spot, but it was super hard for me to even be close enough to try something, and I wasn't going to try and lounge, go from super far back. But I found something the last 3 laps, and I had a feeling that last corner was going to be it, and yeah, I was able to do it in a clean way, which I'm happy about because that could be a little bit sketchy there. But yeah, absolutely amazing finish.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
Our winner today, Cameron Bobier, a little redemption from yesterday's mishap. It's his 61st AMA Superbike win, and that ties him with Josh Hayes for second on the all-time list. So congratulations with that as well. That's a big contribution there. Was that a perfect race for you? It appeared to be.
Yeah, I was, man, after yesterday, I just in the back of my head, I just didn't want to do something stupid, but everything, yeah, went great. I got a good start like I did yesterday, and yeah, my bike was just hooking up there the first 4 or 5 laps, it seemed like, and I think everyone's kind of dealing with the tire drop here. It seems like it drops quite a bit and it just stays the same, and yeah, felt really good to win by a little margin after yesterday. That was pretty frustrating after yesterday, after the weekend was going so well, and then end it in the gravel trap in 3 laps. So yeah, this next race is going to be the toughest out of all of them. You know, these guys are going really fast, and I'm sure they're going to go back and figure some stuff out to come back swinging in the 3rd race. But yeah, congrats to both these guys. I'm super pumped for Sean. You know, after, you know, I know all about struggling in Europe and coming back here, and yeah, just feeling success and feeling that podium again, and it's pretty cool. And same for Cam yesterday, getting that win yesterday, and yeah, it's pretty stacked field this year. I know we keep saying it, but it really is, and it's going to make for a good season.
When the lights go green there after what happened yesterday, are you able to block that out, or you can't help but think about it a little bit? You
know, what's funny is like I had the same little slide a couple turns before I crashed yesterday, like coming up over the, like going into the you go left and down over the tunnel. I had a little slide going down into that right, and I had the same exact thing yesterday, and right before I crashed on the same lap I crashed, and that happened today, and I was like, oh man. So I kind of took it easy through that second to last corner, and made it through the third lap okay. But yeah, I mean, like I said, my Tyler's BMW is working awesome right now. It's hooking up and feels so good just to show up to the tracks with a good base, and not have to start from scratch on Friday. So yeah.
All right, congratulations. Any questions?
Sean, just real quick. Well, we'll see if we'll talk about this, but when we were on our podcast, you talked about obviously the issues you had last year with the arm pump and what you had to go through again. Have you had any issues with that this year, either at Road Atlanta or here so far?
If I had issues, I wouldn't be able to have done that pass on Cam the last corner, the last lap. That's when I struggled the absolute most. But no, I'm really happy. I'm feeling fantastic physically, and you know, it's still the first couple of races on the Superbike, so I'm learning. You know, just what it is to physically go around 20 laps on a Superbike, and I know I've got a couple things to work on. But in terms of my injury, my arm, and everything, I feel amazing. So very, very grateful for that.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll see you in a couple hours.